Hello, everybody. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome Mr. Kash Shaikh, the President, CEO, Chairman, and the majority owner at Baseball United. We're extremely honored to have you here today, Kash.
Thank you so much, Arshi. So great to see you. Always great to be with the Bridge team.
Yeah, and we are interacting exactly after an year. And I know for a fact that how much Baseball United has grown. So kudos to your entire team on that.
Thank you so much. It's been a crazy year, launching new franchises, drafting new players, expanding the countries and the governments that we're partnering with, announcing a new tournament that I know we're going to talk about, and of course, building our new ballpark, the first ever professional baseball field in the history of this region. So, just very proud of our team for all the great work everyone's done.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Kash, we will straight away jump on to the most important and hot topic that we want to talk about is the Arab Classic event. So, for the audience, Arab Classic is Baseball United's event, and it will take place in November between 7th to 10th. And interestingly, this is going to be the region's largest nations will be participating, and the official national teams will be sent to Dubai for the BU Arab Classic event. And it will feature 9 countries. That includes India, Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE. So it's going to be interesting, and we will come to the India-Pakistan rivalry as well. But Kash, I'm sure the preparations are underway, and we can't wait for the Baseball United Arab Classic. Please tell us more about the event and the idea behind creating it.
Well, it's historic. It's historic. It's never been done before. This is the largest national baseball team tournament in the history of the Middle East, of South Asia. As you know, baseball is an emerging sport within the region. Baseball is a top 5 sport globally. It's in the top 5 in terms of fan base, 600 million fans around the world, and the top 5 in revenue, over $15 billion in revenue from professional leagues all around the world. It's small compared to cricket in the region, as you know, but we believe it's going to be the region's next great sport. And one of the best ways we can help it become that is by galvanizing the fan bases behind these national teams. They've been playing baseball, as you know, in India for 50 years, in Pakistan for 40 years. There's some great talent in these countries. Those nations have never had a stage, though, where they can showcase that talent, where they can have people around the world and people back home in their own countries see how much they've progressed. And we wanted to create that at Baseball United, and that's what the Arab Classic is. As you mentioned, there's going to be 9 teams from the region: India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, Nepal, Palestine, Saudi Arabia's national baseball team for the first time in history, and the UAE's national baseball team for the first time in history. We just announced last week that we at Baseball United partner with Emirates Cricket Board to create that national team. So it's very exciting, and I can't wait for fans around the world to be able to watch these teams compete.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's going to be a lot of thrill. And Kash, while we were talking, you said baseball is still an emerging sport. Obviously, if we compare it with cricket, it is. But because I have been following Baseball United's journey for last 1.5 years, more than that, and I see the changes that are happening, and I'm a little skeptical to call it an emerging sport, which is so good, right? And in terms of the geographical region that you have picked up, I'm sure the kind of thought that has gone behind it, and I feel the DNA of the sport is already there in these countries, and you are just bringing everything together and ensuring that it is being done the right way.
Yeah, I mean, well, I appreciate that. I'm glad that you feel that we've progressed. What I can tell you with a humble heart is that we've done more in the last 2.5 years than anyone's ever done in the history of baseball in this region. We've got more fans involved. We've got more communities involved. We've got more nations involved. We've got more employees, partners, sponsors, vendors in our ecosystem. It's not just building the leagues, Arshi. It's developing the players, It's working partnerships with government entities. It's bringing sponsors and brands into it. It's enabling opportunities for you and your company to cover a new sport, because you're a partner of ours. So it's endless. Broadcasters, videographers, statisticians, medical teams, trainers. I can't think of anything bigger to do as an entrepreneur. This is my fourth company. I'm so blessed for the opportunity and blessed for the team that we're working with. But I always tell people, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the hardest thing I've ever done, this is a solid 47. It has all the elements of brand building, business building that are exciting, but all the challenges as well. So the fact that we're here now, the fact that after a year, now we have a ballpark in the making. We have a season that's going to happen next year. We have our national team tournament, the Arab Classic. It's a dream come true.
Yeah, absolutely. And Cash, going back to the showcase event that happened last year, we saw so many players from the subcontinent playing alongside legends. Even like if from India, if you see Saurabh Gaikwad and Akshay More and other players playing. So because you have seen their journeys and also especially the last 2 years, please share with our audience about the impact of Baseball United and most importantly, the importance in fostering a culture for promoting baseball in the subcontinent.
Well, that's another historic thing to have Akshay More, Akshay Mogul, Saurabh Gaikwad, Vishnu Khalil from India on the field with some of the best professional baseball players in history. Players like Robinson Cano, who's an 8-time All-Star in Major League Baseball. He just won the MVP of the Mexican League this year. Didi Gregorius, the shortstop of the New York Yankees. Our players from India, our prospects from India, were sharing the same field with these guys. And I know their families were so proud, their communities were so proud. India is proud. We're proud of these prospects and our coaches to be able to elevate to this stage. And that was just the beginning. When they went home, people started to look at them differently, to understand the sport differently. Our broadcast for the showcase was broadcasted in 127 countries. That means people in 127 countries, millions of people saw these Indian prospects compete for the first time. So it's a huge, huge deal. We're going to have more prospects as part of our league next year with our season. And obviously now with the Arab Classic in November 7th and November 10th, as you mentioned, now the best India national team players will be able to be showcased to the world. The evening games are all going to be live streamed on baseballunited.com. The semifinals and the championship will be live streamed on our website. Obviously, we'll be sharing the highlights with everyone in partnership with you and your team. So I can't wait for people in India to learn about this next generation of sports stars and sports heroes that are coming out of the communities across India.
Yeah, absolutely. And I remember 2 years ago when I was speaking to Vishnu, and he's extremely enthusiastic about baseball, right? So coming from a very small town, very small village in India, and then reaching Baseball United where they are right now, it's amazing. And India as a country, if you see that we need role models, we need more names to reach the pinnacle of success, to see a change in the grassroots. And this has happened with every sport, like how the popularity of javelin has grown multifold after Neeraj Chopra's win, right? But it's amazing that the Indian players like Saurabh, Akshay, and even Vishnu, they, you have provided a platform to them. So kudos to you on that.
Well, it's great. And every sport is exciting, and we respect all athletes. And the Olympics, as you just referenced, creates obviously an amazing platform to elevate these athletes, whether it's javelin, handball, field hockey, whatever it is. The unique opportunity that we provide with baseball is that it's, as I mentioned, it's a top 5 sport. The largest sports contract in history is a baseball contract, $700 million that Shohei Ohtani signed just last year. So the opportunity for young people in India, athletes, to not just grow as leaders, grow as individuals, grow as teammates, and not just compete at their national team level now, but also at the professional level with Baseball United to the highest levels of Major League Baseball. That's what we're creating. We're creating that pathway. And it's, 5 years ago, it would seem impossible. Last year, it seemed like a crazy dream. This year, it's still crazy, but it looks like we can make it happen. And that's what's exciting for folks like Vishnu, for players like Akshay and Saurabh, and so many other players that are going to be coming out of India. And I know when they see the Indian national team compete, when they see them play Pakistan, play Bangladesh, play Saudi Arabia, they're going to have that fire inside them that they want to compete. They want to be on that field. And then cricket will always be, king in India, but baseball, we believe, is the young prince that's coming up and in the kingdom over there. And I really believe that young Indian girls and boys will be excited about playing baseball.
Absolutely. And I must say, you have placed it so strategically well that, so many people from the subcontinent, they stay there, right? So I'm sure this translates into the in terms of the footfall in the stadium as well. And imagine India-Pakistan rivalry, and also when it comes to growing any particular sport, and baseball in particular, we'll be talking about here, is that the viewership is an integral part of it, right? Mm-hmm. So we have always seen how in cricket the India-Pakistan rivalry brings in a lot more viewership, which eventually grows the popularity of a sport, right? And I also know for a fact that earlier this year in the T20 World Cup that India won, you were there and you watched the match. So tell us about the atmosphere there and what this India-Pakistan brings to baseball. Do you see some part of the same energy getting translated into baseball as well?
Of course. I definitely see it. I'm wearing a Houston Astros hat. The Yankees are the rivals of my home team in Houston. Yankees, Red Sox in baseball has always been a storied rivalry. But really, when you look across sports rivalries, there's nothing in the world like India versus Pakistan. In any sport. Cricket is the ultimate. It's the pinnacle. Yeah. Even I have goosebumps thinking about being in New York, watching India play Pakistan at the T20 World Cup. It was an amazing experience. I was here in Dubai 2 years ago at the Asia Cup when India played Pakistan. India won both times, so our India fans will be happy. But we believe that that's going to be the same energy that's going to translate when India plays Pakistan in baseball here at the Arab Classic. And soon when our professional franchises play, the Karachi Monarchs versus the Mumbai Cobras, we believe is going to be an epic rivalry. But the Arab Classic, November 8th at 8 p.m. Dubai time, 9:30 India time, Pakistan versus India. It's going to be electric. Both the teams are on the rise. Pakistan is ranked higher now in the world rankings. They're 36. India is 66. But India hasn't had a chance to fully include all the best players from the country on the team because of different dynamics in the past. When we've come in with Baseball United as a partner and a development specialist for India and India baseball, we've said we are mandating that the best players are on the team. We don't care, what the politics may be. We don't care, where people may be located. We want to make sure that the Indian fans get to watch the best players on that team. And we're helping that with financial contributions, with technical development. And I really believe this India team that's coming to Dubai is going to be the best team that's ever taken the field for India. So I can't wait. It's a very competitive tournament. This is a tough tournament with these 9 teams. There's never been that many volume, and there's so many competitive players that have elevated over the years. So it's going to be hard. India is in Group A with Pakistan, Afghanistan, Bangladesh, and the UAE. So it's going to be a tough group to get out of. But I'm hopeful and I'm excited for the India team.
I'm sure. And let's wish all the way best to the Indian players, and let's just win. Let's go there to win. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. But I will
Yeah.
say, the general secretary of the Amateur Baseball Federation of India, Harish Kumar, has been amazing. He's one of the most genuine humans I've ever met. He's passionate about the game. He cares about the players. So I'm just so happy for Harish to also have this opportunity. He's been working so hard to grow the game of baseball in India. Now he's going to be able to be on this big stage with his team. So I'm very happy for him. I'm happy for Vishnu. I'm happy for all the players in India that worked so hard to get to this moment.
Yeah, yeah. And since we were talking about India-Pakistan rivalry, this Olympics, we again saw how it arrived at the javelin event, like Neeraj Chopra and Arshad Nadeem. And it was fascinating to see the amount of love and affection that both players received from both countries. So that was very interesting to see.
Yeah, I think that's how it is. I mean, politics are one thing, but sports is something different. And when you see these teams compete, whether it's on the cricket pitch or in the Olympic setting with javelin, or even on the baseball field, the baseball diamond, what I've always seen is that there's so much sportsmanship, so much camaraderie. We have a great picture of the leaders of the India team and Pakistan team when they met last year in Islamabad, shaking hands and hugging after a ceremony that we did to commemorate that partnership. So there's a lot of sportsmanship across all these nations, and especially with our India team and our Pakistan team. So it's going to be a great atmosphere, but they both want to win, and
Yes.
both sets of fans are going to be passionate about helping their team pull out this historic victory.
Yeah, yeah. And even other countries like Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, UAE. So I would request all of our audience, just if you are there, go and watch in the stadium. If you are not there, do watch it live on the broadcast channels.
Yes, thank you. I mean, if you're here in Dubai, you have to come out. I mean, come on, it's history. The tickets are on sale at Platinum List, our ticketing partner. We have limited seating for this Arab Classic, Arshi, because as you know, we're building the whole new ballpark. So we are moving at light speed to finish it for the tournament. To be honest, a tournament starts November 7th. We may finish it November 6th at like 10 p.m. We may finish the construction. So we're not going to have the full seating out that we'll have for our professional league next year. So it's a limited amount of seating. It's going to be, sold out quickly, especially India, Pakistan. So we want people to get their tickets so they can experience it, because it will be a historic night.
Yeah, yeah. And Kash, talking about the ballpark, Baseball United is building the first professional baseball field in Dubai. Tell us, like, how this idea came up, and this involves a lot of infrastructure and obviously funding and maintaining the place and everything. So just throw some light on this aspect.
Well, it's another crazy idea and a crazy vision that we've had. But, one of our biggest struggles the last few years, as you can imagine, is finding the right fields, the right grounds, the right venues to play, because there were no professional baseball fields or ballpark stadiums in this region. And when I say region, anywhere in the GCC, anywhere in the subcontinent. And so it always made it difficult. And what we'd had to use is typically cricket venues and transform them into baseball diamonds. And we've done a really good job with that. We know how to do it very quickly, very efficiently. But then you have to compete with cricket schedules and all the things happening, BCCI, PCB. Everyone's got different events, obviously, that are priorities for them. So what we started to see is that baseball started getting pushed and pushed and pushed. And as you know, as a sports league, everything starts with the event date and the venue. And if you don't have that, you
Yes.
can't do anything. So we said, you know what? We have a crazy idea to control our own destiny and to build something that not only will help us run our business, but then becomes a focal point and an iconic venue for all these nations. So many teams that want to come play out here in the region can now come and play. I've already had phone calls from the Japanese Professional League, from Dominican Republic, from the United States, Major League Baseball. They want to bring their teams to compete at our new stadium. So it's going to be a big deal. It's called Baseball United Ballpark. It's just a few minutes outside of downtown Dubai. We're building it in partnership with the Sevens Sports and Entertainment Complex, which is owned and run by the Emirates. Emirates Group, the same folks that have built Emirates Airlines, which one of the most iconic airlines in the world. So it's a beautiful complex. We're building everything from scratch. The groundworks, the playing surface is going to be state of the art, synthetic playing surface, synthetic turf. It's going to look beautiful. It's going in today. It actually just got in last night. So it's actually going on the ground today. We've got a state-of-the-art professional lighting system, 8 lighting towers in partnership with Musco, our lighting partner. We're working with a company called SIS Pitches to build all the infrastructure on the grounds. So we're really brought together the best in the world to create this stadium, create this ballpark. And it's going to be modular. So when we have events that we believe 1,000 people are enough, it's going to have 1,000 seats. When we need 8,000, we can go to 8,000. We want it to be the right size for the right vibe, intimate setting that's purpose built for baseball. And like I said, it's the first in history to be available for people and fans in the region.
Interesting. And owning the infrastructure will definitely elevate the growth and popularity of baseball in the region multifold. So very, very smart and a bold decision, I must say.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. We're excited about it. We're excited. It's been a lot of work. It's crazy that we're doing it so soon. It's going to be 2 months where we built the whole thing. So that's insane, but we're very excited about the opportunity.
Yeah. So, Kash, moving ahead, baseball is there in the next Olympics, LA Olympics, and what do you have to say on that? And this will definitely increase the popularity of baseball even more.
You're right. It's a huge opportunity for 2028, the Olympics in Los Angeles. Baseball is back, and we're starting now in 2024 to get the Indian national team ready. The Pakistan national team ready, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, all these national teams, we want them to be able to compete on that Olympic stage in 2028. Imagine seeing India play the USA, play Japan in the LA Olympics. I mean, it gives me goosebumps again thinking about it. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, it would have seemed impossible, but we're getting closer and closer to that happening. It will happen, whether it's 2028 or future Olympics. India's national team will be on the field competing with the best in the world. And we're just happy to play a small part in helping that development happen and getting more fans in India excited about baseball, because that day is coming very soon.
It will happen for sure, inshallah, sooner or later. But I believe it will happen sooner than we expect.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So on a closing note, Kash, anything in particular that you would want to mention to our audience? They are all here to listen to you.
I just want to thank everyone for the support. Thank you, Arshi and the Bridge, for your support. And I just can't wait for myself and Baseball United to get on the ground in India. That's the one thing that we haven't been able to do yet, as we've been working so hard to build this from the ground up. Every part of the ecosystem, every part of the infrastructure we've had to build from scratch. So it's a ton of work. But the one thing that's missing is us going to India, getting to Mumbai, the home of the Mumbai Cobras, getting across to the other cities, and really getting to interact with the fans and do something special in India. So that's on my checklist for next year. It's a goal of mine and of our companies. So maybe that's something that we can do together, because I can't wait to just be on the ground and have more fans of baseball and more fans of India sports learn about what we're doing. Because I think when they learn about it, they're going to fall in love with it.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, I had already started imagining in the streets of Mumbai this happening.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate it. And please, everybody, tune in to the Arab Classic November 7th to November 10th, November 8th in the evening. 9:30 p.m. India time, India versus Pakistan. If you watch any game, you got to watch that game on baseballunited.com. Everyone in Dubai, we can't wait to have you out at the ballpark.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Kash, for speaking with us.
Thank you so much.